Hello everybody, welcome back to Holiday Haunts. In today's video, we're going to be checking out, or I guess overviewing, everything that my friends and I have noticed and rethought about the CarnEvil teaser trailer. Let's get into it. Okay, so, first of all, we have this sign. Now, this sign was featured in the very end of the teaser trailer where it panned out from the CarnEvil sign. And this sign is pictured on the side by the Spirit logo, and it is blocked by a skull stanchion pole. And I was trying to figure out what this sign said, but then my friend, Chris the prop collector, deeply looked into the sign and realized what it said. So let's just go over that. Okay, so the sign said, "The clown who eats anything, the human pincushion, the scariest puppet show ever, the Hall of Forgotten Souls, and half man, half beast." We have a couple ideas of what these props are. Scariest puppet show ever being Bobby Strings, the clown who eats anything being Nibbles, and a couple other things that speculate to other licensed props and just props in general. The human pincushion being one of them. The human pincushion we are thinking will be Pinhead from Hellraiser, which I think would fit with the circus aesthetic very, very well, especially with the title The Human Pincushion. The Hall of Forgotten Souls is what we think is referencing to a part of the theme, which will be kind of this dingy hallway. We'll get into that in a minute. But we've been speculating that Half Man, Half Beast will be this prop that has popped up a couple times. But first of all, I want to talk about what I think Half Man, Half Beast will look like. So I think that he might be this kind of maybe crouching jump scare werewolf with, ripped up, torn plaid clothes and jeans. Something like that. I think it would be really cool, and it would probably be manufactured by, I would probably say, either Techie or Crazy Crate, if this is what Half Man, Half Beast is. So here's another speculation we have. The 10-foot skeleton werewolf. We know that this is going to be an animatronic for the Spirit Halloween 2024 online-only season because of the fact that we have a bunch of different evidence, and it's kind of leading me to think that this image of the Morris Costumes prototype 10-foot werewolf might be an early version of the Spirit one. So usually what Spirit does is they will come up with an idea and send the idea to all of their different companies, and whoever executes that idea the best will get the job and have to produce the item and sell it to Spirit. This could be an earlier version of the 10-foot werewolf. Very intrigued and interested to see what lies ahead when it comes to that. And it does say it will be produced by Pan Asian, and this kind of does look like a Pan Asian prop. But then again, it does also kind of resemble a new Gemmy 12-footer with that green fabric and that base. I don't know, it really could be anything. Let's just get a new idea for what the Hall of Forgotten Souls will be. I think that the Hall of Forgotten Souls will be a portion of the theme, and it will be sort of this just creepy, dimly lit hallway with little alcoves with props, maybe chains hanging. Barnaby Bear might be there. It's just like the area where all the forgotten, it's just a backstage circus area. And I was kind of thinking that it could have been all the returning props in the hallway of Forgotten Souls, because Forgotten Souls returning, they're old and are being remade. So that is a possibility for what I think that might be. Now, let's just go ahead and talk about the new TikTok version of the teaser trailer. Okay, so I'm going to start playing this. We have the Ringmaster super cool. The popcorn guy, cool. The hanging prop in the background is still confusing. Barnaby Bear, Nibbles, blah, 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 blah. We know what all this is. I can't name all this that fast. So that shows everything else, and it's a lot different. So let's get to the analyzation. Okay, first off, we're going to talk about Max Straw. Max Straw looks so much better in the TikTok version than he does in the YouTube version. As you know, sometimes YouTube will downgrade videos and make them a bit lower quality. But the TikTok version is very high quality, which means that we get better looks at all of the props and animatronics. So Max Straw looks absolutely awesome. It looks like there's a human head kind of under the burlap, and I think that looks awesome. He kind of does look like a static prop, which I do see because of the fact that it's just hanging cloth and a head. I hope it's not a static prop, but I think that this prop, Max Straw, will be the $100 item. If you don't know, we have all of the prices for animatronics. We just don't know what prices match what animatronic. So without further ado, let's get into the next animatronic we're going to be talking about, which is the Cremator. Well, what we speculate to be the Cremator. So, this prop is some kind of a reaper holding a skull that's burning. And it's very interesting looking, and we speculate that it could be 3 main props. Either the Cremator, the Dark Demonic Gatekeeper, I think is what his name is, or, surprisingly, the Dark Princess. I feel like it could be a skeleton princess. It could fit. Spirit does some pretty weird stuff. So do other companies. I feel like it could be done. But I do really hope that this is the Demonic Gatekeeper, because of the fact that if it were the Cremator, it just wouldn't fit in as well. I mean, it would, but at the same time it wouldn't, because it is a burning skull, and there are flame effects. It does look very crematorium-ish. I was hoping that the Cremator would be more of like a old man pushing a body into a crematorium oven, or just a crematorium oven with a pair of kicking legs, something like that. So if this is the Cremator, I hope that fog comes out of the skull and that his whole body lights up, and I hope that he'll be super cool. So that's kind of it for that prop. I guess let's get into the next one, which is Cotton Candy Dan. So, we're going to get into a couple things that you see in the background of this photo in a second, but first I would like to talk about what Cotton Candy Dan is going to look like. Cotton Candy Dan is going to be awesome. I can tell you that for 100% sure. And we speculate that this is Cotton Candy Dan's face, the arrow pointing to the head in the background image. The reason we think that this is Cotton Candy Dan, for some reason, people thought it was Nibbles, even though we got a really good look at Nibbles' mouth and nose. This does not match up with Nibbles, which means that it is most likely Cotton Candy Dan, and it would just make the most sense. Unless there's another clown prop that Spirit's not talking about, it's probably Cotton Candy Dan. So I'm very excited to see him, and I'm going to switch over to a photo of an analyzed, drawn-over version of what I think Cotton Candy Dan's head will look like. And that's this. So obviously his hair would be a purplish pink, and he would have orange-purple, or orangish-purple makeup. He has his nose bones exposed, his teeth are all yellow and rotting, and he has kind of these bloody scars, everywhere. I think that would be cool. So, another thing I want to talk about with Cotton Candy Dan is in the teaser trailer, it shows he lifts up the stick, and there seems to be some kind of skull or, fingers or body parts inside of the cotton candy bucket. We're all hoping that it will be a decrepit, creepy, cut-off human head, which would be awesome. It could also be a skull, which would be cool, but it wouldn't be as cool as a severed head. I hope it's a jump scare. I hope that the head actually jumps out pretty much. That's kind of what I'm really, really hoping about. So the next thing and final thing I want to talk about for today's video is Fright in the Box. So in the background of that last image, you can see this poster that shows Fright in the Box, and it says alive. You can't even make it out, but I'm pretty sure that circle in the bottom corner says alive, and it says Fright in the Box, leading to the fact that Fright in the Box will most likely be coming back for the 2024 season. Spirit hasn't made that many, I guess, false or red herrings going towards props. For instance, they don't make a poster with an animatronic that isn't going to be released that is put into a teaser trailer. So we're really thinking that Fright in the Box will be coming back this year, and it is very exciting and very, very good news. He is a very cool prop. He's a very good seller, very underrated too. Yeah, I wonder if there will be a price increase. I wonder if they're going to change anything. So that was my concept and idea on what the Spirit Halloween 2024 year and season will look like. What do you think it'll look like? Did you see anything different in the trailers? Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell, and I will see you all in the next one. Later!